If you're a business owner, you definitely need to have a pre-call page to nurture, educate your leads, and basically sell them prior to the sales call. If we're going to use philosophical terms, it's like what the art of war says: the war is won before it even begins. And so you can prevent objections, everything with a pre-call page. Let me show you mine right here, PK Media pre-call strategy guide. So just to give you context, we send this to people right as they either book themselves in. So if they're inbound coming to me, or if they come from an ad, again, coming to me, or after a discovery call. They do a quick 10-15 minute call to discover their business, who they're going after, and if we can help them with our service. If that's the case, we book a second call, the sales call. But before then, I tell them on the phone call, I said, hey, check out this page right here. Did you get the link? They say yes. I'm like, awesome. I'd love it if you can spend 10 to 15 minutes checking it out, just so that you're understanding what we do and ultimately how we can help you and collaborate on that next call, cover all the particulars, and ultimately answer all your questions before the call. And from there, I'm just asking for their commitments. Like, you know, do you think you can check out this before our call tomorrow or on Friday? And they're like, yeah. It's like, awesome. I appreciate that. And so this is what the pre-call page is. Let me actually show you step by step what we're doing here. So this is step one. It's not like a website. We're not sending them a website with other different links or sub pages. That's not what you want to do, because you want to make this honestly a stupid, streamlined process that people can follow and literally tell them step by step what to do. So we go into presentation mode. This is what it is. Basically, step one is to watch the actual pre-demo call video. This is the VSL, the video sales letter. It will educate them on our system, and we do incentivize them to get 2 free bonuses to make this call, to making our next call go 110% smooth. And then we do recommend putting it at 2x speed. So in this video, what I'm actually doing is 2 things. First off, I gotta actually, that's a typo in the transcript right there. That's not my name. But anyways, what we're gonna do is basically explain who we are as a company, who is this for on the next call, confirming that this is perfect for you if we did the discovery correctly. And then the third thing is social proof, and just aggravate the problem that most of my clients, my ICP, is in. In this case, me doing outreach for consultants, talking about relying on word of mouth or just one outreach platform and doing it manually and being busy and being inconsistent with your outreach, therefore inconsistent with your clientele. That's something I talk about all the time, and especially here. So I'll kind of dive deeper into it step by step. So what I'm doing again is introducing myself as a co-founder. The format that we have another call coming in or coming soon, and basically telling them like, this is a quick 10-minute video put at 2x speed, so it's 5 minutes really. And I'll give them at the end of this video 2 bonuses as a token of appreciation for watching it through, to help them as consultants who I'm going after. Now, basically, I begin it with a slide deck. I like visuals. Don't just speak everything, show, don't tell. And what I'm doing is, in the beginning, is asking them a quick question. I'm saying, if we were able to come into your business and get you 10, 15, or even 30 qualified client opportunities every single month, what they want and what we can deliver, instead of wasting days relying on word of mouth or friends and family, or depending on one outreach platform like Meta Ads or Zuckerberg, right, which a lot of agencies I help come into contact with, and stop wondering when and where will my next client come from, what they usually ask themselves, what keeps them up at night, and then flipping it back to their desired outcome. I'm saying, and you can finally spend more time focused on your specialty and helping clients who came to you inbound. Would you be interested? And obviously the answer, if you're meeting with me, knowing what we're going to talk about, it obviously should be a yes. And so I'm hooking you in here with a big promise, or a promise that obviously we can fulfill right here. And then I go straight into explaining who we are as a company, right? People want to do business with people they like and that they can resonate with. And so I'm just sharing our milestones, our accomplishments, our story, not just trying to paint like we're perfect or anything, but the fact that we failed through hundreds of thousands of DMs and outreach. And now we can confidently say we know it works because we've gone through the trials and errors, so that you don't have to do it. And then we just continue here with social proof, who we've helped. And then what I like to do is talk about one story, right? Anything more than one person is a statistic. But when you talk about one of your clients or one case study, it's a story. It can mean more to the person. But basically, we're going into one story right here, talking about someone. And obviously, you want it to be someone that you can resonate with, or that your clients resonate with the most in their problems. So like I'm talking about Ivan and Lou, how they were doing everything themselves, going out for cybersecurity, draining their whoops, time, energy, and money right here. And then I just kind of flip it and saying, that's where they found us, and here they are with our system, helping them get clients, helping them get consistency, overwhelming them with clients. And then that's where I go back to more case studies, but I'm just more quick with it, saying this is Dave Whitney, similar story, relying on one outreach platform, which was paid ads, and he knew he needed to diversify or else he's going to be at the hands and dependency of Zuckerberg. Same thing there. And then I'm doing it again with Chris Watanabe and one more with Amin Gadi or Jesse. And then I go into talking a lot about the problem that a lot of my ICP, my ideal client profile, is going after or having, which is networking events. So you just want to have that framework where you can establish who you are, who you've helped, and then dive into the problem that obviously your prospects are in. And this really helps because once they watch this, they're going to understand why they're going into this call. They're going to understand that, hey, this person understands, acknowledges my world and what keeps me up at night, and most likely has a solution, just like he showed me in this video, to help me get to where I feel like I should be. And so the rest of the video is basically explaining what we do, and not saying everything what we do, because I'm going to show them exactly how we can do it for them on the next call. But I'm going to cover different things that we do, right? Just breeze through the features, and then we're going to talk about tailoring it on the sales call, tailoring and customizing the plan to them in their business. Then the next slide is basically things to keep in mind, setting the expectations right on the call, making sure that they are not in a public area where it's noisy, bad connection. They're in a private area like their own office to take the call. Ask them if they have a business partner like me, so that obviously we're all on the same page, we collaborate together, and you're not having to relay the information and try to sell them yourself on this. The third thing is making sure you're on a laptop or desktop, because I'm going to visually share my screen. I do tell them, hey, just let me know if you have a client to attend to or an emergency. It happens, we can reschedule, but just let me know, or else I'm going to think that no-showed and you wasted time, and I respect my time as much as I respect yours. And I just tell them, please just let me know. And then I do slide, which is basically explaining, like, again, who is this not for? Just reminding them, like, as a call out, this is not for people who are not in this space, or who are not B2B, or people who don't have LinkedIn yet. So there are certain qualifications that I have that I need to address before that call. And I do address it here. I also address it on the discovery call. But you can see here, I'm making sure everyone hops on the call basically ready to hear the offer, because they are a green light to sell. They should definitely be on my service. And then again, this is my 2 free bonuses right here. They just have to text me that they watched it, and they'll get it. Now, I do recommend, I tell them, go to the next steps, which is case studies and testimonials. And if you have a power partner, separate that and make it exclusive, so that they know, like, to listen to this power partner. And power partners are someone who's influential or really well known in your space, right? So if there's like a influential lawyer and you're in the law industry, definitely have them as a separate step, because obviously it's a hijacking authority. If people trust this person, in this case Joel, and Joel has high remarks for my service and how it's helped him, people are going to naturally trust you. So definitely separate yourself if you have a power partner. Anytime that he gets me clients, I give him obviously affiliate. So you can do a lot of things with a power partnership. But let's go ahead and continue right here. This is a bunch of other case studies we have right here. So some that already showed in the slides, but they can definitely watch their own videos. This is where you just want to throw a lot of case studies at them, and obviously do a good job just highlighting who they are, so that they know it's not a waste of their time. Like, for example, if they're a business coach, then definitely check out Chris Watanabe, because I say he's a business coach. Or if you're also in cybersecurity, go to Ivan Alu. If you're in real estate, go to Amin Gadi. So do a good job describing who they are, so people can resonate with them. Also highlighting where they were, and then after working with you, where they are. So that one time I was working with gyms, I said how this personal trainer working a full-time job replaced his entire income and landed 20 clients or 15 clients. And that resonated with a lot of people, because some personal trainers weren't at their highest peak. They were working a full-time job to supplement their income and reinvest into their business. And so that resonated as a testimonial with a lot of people. So definitely describe the testimonial. Don't just have it there. Then the next thing you want to do, what I really like, frequently asked questions. So the way I do it is not text-based. I like to actually do it by video. It just makes it more, I guess it's just different and unique, and people can actually hear me again speaking about the frequently asked questions I get. How do you get me appointments? Will LinkedIn work for my niche? What makes your service different? That's a very good question everyone should have. They have answered. And then the last thing is anything else, like articles that they can learn about your service, videos of you talking to peers or other people successful in this space. That is, again, just adding more to your authority and exposure to you. And naturally, you went from a 10-15 minute call, but to watching this, you get could be 30 minutes of listening to you, 45 minutes of learning from you and hearing how other people like your service. There's a stark difference from that 10-15 minute call, which is good because deep discovery, to being exposed for another 30-45 minutes. The chances of them not only showing up but closing on the call and becoming a great client becomes likelier, naturally so, because they are more educated, more nurtured, and understanding and believing why they should go with you and your service. Okay, that's why the pre-call page is so important. In fact, let me actually show you not only me using it for post intro calls or discovery calls, but like this person, on the other hand, I literally just gave him my pre-call page. He was asking me solid questions. I loved the guy. It was great. Just couldn't work with me at the time, but I told him I answered his questions, information, and he honestly, my website was not revamped whatsoever. So I just gave him my pre-call page as an example instead, the one I was just sharing with you here, and he checked this out. And then he was like, "I have some time later this week. What is your availability?" And he's like totally flipped from skeptical to like what you do. You seem like you know what you're doing. And he went on the call telling me, he's like, yeah, man, I mean, I get these DMs all the time, but when I saw your page that you sent me, I knew you knew what you were doing. So I was just curious if you can help me. Boom. I literally gained trust instantly because he actually did his diligence and saw that I knew what I know. So highly recommend making a pre-call page. If you have questions, let me know. And as I'm making this video, I do want to make this a little bit more casual. I rolled out a new school community or revamped our school community, LinkedIn Legends. If you want more information in depth about LinkedIn itself or outreach in general, feel free to join LinkedIn Legends. Just go ahead and join. I actually have not one-on-one, but weekly coaching with me personally and my business partner Dylan Enough, and we just revamped the entire course here. Everything I've been sharing, a lot of stuff overlapping with my stuff on YouTube, but a lot of in-depth stuff when it comes to LinkedIn. So if you want to join, just search up LinkedIn Legends. I'll also have a link down in the descriptions below. But aside from that, hopefully this was a lot of value. I need you guys to make a pre-call page to nurture prospects in the DMs, people coming from paid ads, even referrals too, so that it's smoother, much smoother conversations on the sales call. So hopefully this helps. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.